Archangel Michael says, this revelation was not supposed to come out this way. The energy around you has been trembling for days, and now the truth has broken open like lightning cutting through a silent sky. Someone's deepest emotions, long hidden, have suddenly spilled into the open, and the world is whispering your name. Every word they tried to hide, every confession they swallowed back, has now escaped through an unexpected source. It could have been a message, a post, a voice note, or even a slip of the tongue, but it happened. And now, hearts are racing, reputations are shaking, and the person who once guarded their love for you is being exposed before everyone's eyes. Don't skip this moment. Because this isn't gossip, it's divine alignment. Heaven allowed this truth to surface not to embarrass anyone, but to free you from confusion that's been draining your peace for months. Stay till the end, because the revelation you're about to understand will change how you see loyalty, love, and destiny forever. The very one who once acted cold toward you is now the center of attention, and everyone knows it's you they truly wanted all along. Type Amen to get blessing 333. When the rumors began, people laughed, doubted, and dismissed the story. But the tone has changed, because proof has surfaced. Screenshots, witness accounts, voice clips, it's undeniable now. The person who once pretended indifference is suddenly unable to hide how much you meant to them. Archangel Michael says, this exposure isn't random. It's heaven's justice revealing who was sincere and who was pretending. Every lie spoken against you is being reversed into truth, and those who tried to make you look desperate are now watching the real emotions unfold publicly. The one who used to text you late at night, saying nothing but meaning everything, now stand speechless as their own words are shared by others. The same messages they once deleted are now in the open, seen by people who used to judge you. Don't look away. Because even though this truth feels overwhelming, it's meant to lift your energy higher. The masks have fallen, and love, pure, raw, undeniable love, has been caught under the spotlight. Type Amen to get blessing 444. People are calling, messaging, asking, was it true all along? Their friends are stunned, their family is silent, and they themselves are caught between shame and relief. Because deep down, part of them is glad it's out. The burden of hiding their feelings had become too heavy. You can feel it, can't you? That strange mix of peace and chaos in the air. It's the vibration of truth finally aligning with divine timing. For too long, they kept pretending they didn't care, when in reality, they were replaying your memories every night. Archangel Michael says, you were never wrong about the connection. What you felt wasn't one-sided, it was a mirrored bond, a spiritual contract written long before your birth. The exposure had to happen so that both of you could stop living in illusion. Now the silence has broken, and all eyes are on what happens next. People who once doubted you are apologizing. People who envied you are quiet. And the one who caused your tears is now realizing that losing your trust means losing their peace. Type Amen to get blessing 555. This exposure has reached circles you never imagined. A conversation that was meant to be private has now turned into a storm of curiosity. Their coworkers, their friends, even people from their past are talking, and they can't take it back. It's almost cinematic, how everything unfolded. A careless moment, a shared screenshot, a third person trying to cause chaos, but instead of humiliation, it became your liberation. The world may be gossiping, but heaven is celebrating. They're pacing around, nervous, replaying the moment over and over. They can't believe their true feelings are public now. But what's shocking is how many people are actually supporting you. The narrative has changed. You're not the villain, you're the heart that loved honestly. Don't skip, because the story isn't over. This exposure is only the beginning of your elevation. The energy that once embarrassed you will now exalt you. What was meant to humiliate you will instead become your breakthrough. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Your name has become a subject of fascination. People are analyzing your old posts, decoding your words, realizing that what you said back then now makes sense. The timing couldn't be more divine. Archangel Michael says, this was heaven's loud way of saying, you deserve clarity. You've cried in silence, wondering why things felt off, and now you see the truth play out like divine theater. The curtain has lifted, and what's been said cannot be unsaid. They're losing sleep, not out of guilt, but out of longing. Now that the truth is out, they can't hide behind ego anymore. Their heart is in your hands, exposed for all to see. Stay calm. You don't need revenge. The truth itself is your vindication. You were always pure, always loyal, and the universe is rewarding that light by turning shame into fame, sorrow into strength. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Even those who once ignored you are reaching out now. They want your side of the story. They want to know what really happened between you two. But you owe no explanations, the truth is already echoing louder than your words ever could. Behind the scenes, they're breaking down. They're scrolling through your photos, reading your old messages, whispering your name in fear that someone might hear. But deep down, they know it's over. The game, the lies, the mask, all gone. Archangel Michael says, don't let this chaos disturb your peace. This exposure isn't to destroy, it's to liberate both souls. The truth had to surface so that false stories could die. This is a cleansing, not a scandal. The ones laughing now will soon respect your silence. Because when divine timing moves, even humiliation becomes holy. Even heartbreak becomes healing. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They are haunted by the look on people's faces when your name was mentioned. They saw the shock, the disbelief, and the realization that what they felt for you was never fake. The way they spoke about you, the way they defended you, it said it all. Even if they tried to deny it now, the vibration of truth has already escaped. Heaven has marked this moment as divine exposure. You didn't have to speak a word, truth did it for you. And now, you hold the upper hand, not in pride, but in peace. You don't need to chase, explain, or correct anyone. You just need to stand still in grace while heaven rearranges your story. Don't move away now. The more you stay centered, the more the universe rewards you with protection, abundance, and respect. The same mouths that gossiped will soon bless your name. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They're thinking about how it all started, how one message led to another, how one emotion led to an attachment too deep to erase. Now it's too late. The truth is no longer theirs to hide. The words, "I miss you," that they once whispered in secret are now being quoted by others. People are piecing the puzzle together, and even though it terrifies them, part of their heart feels relieved. Because for the first time, everyone knows what they truly felt. Archangel Michael says, "You are stepping into a powerful season of emotional justice. The same way you were misunderstood is now how you'll be vindicated." This exposure was not to ruin anyone, it's to realign souls to truth. Those who once mocked your intuition are now silent, realizing you were right all along. What was hidden in darkness has now been brought into light, and heaven smiles upon you for surviving it with grace. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. People are now watching how you respond. Every silence from you speaks louder than their confession. Every calm gesture you make shows the strength of a healed heart. This exposure isn't just about love, it's about your growth. You've outgrown the games, the manipulation, the emotional hiding. You're not reacting, you're rising. And that's what scares them most. Because even though the truth came out, you're handling it with divine composure. You've become what they never expected, peaceful in the middle of chaos. Archangel Michael says, "Remain humble but firm. Don't engage, don't entertain drama. Let the energy of truth protect you while heaven promotes you to higher circles of peace." Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Now, doors that were once closed are reopening. People who once rejected you are regretting it. Opportunities are flowing toward you like water returning to its source. The exposure has changed everything. Your vibration has shifted. You're no longer seen as the one chasing love, you're the one being sought. The person who hid their feelings is now the one watching you rise in silence, wishing they had spoken sooner. Archangel Michael says, "The truth that came out has cleared your path. It has freed you from fake energies and aligned you with your true destiny. You are now moving from confusion to confirmation, from waiting to winning. Don't look back. What's gone had to go so what's meant can grow. The world finally sees the purity of your heart, and heaven is proud of your patience." Type Amen to get blessing 1313. Stay till the end. Because in the next 72 hours, a shift will happen. Someone involved in this entire exposure will reach out, not to gossip, but to confess something even deeper. They'll tell you things you never knew, how long they've loved you, how scared they were, how the exposure forced them to face their truth. You will sense sincerity in their tone, trembling honesty in their words. Archangel Michael says, "Listen with compassion, not ego." This moment isn't about revenge, it's about release. You are both souls learning through divine chaos. The storm has passed. The truth is free. And so are you. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. From this moment forward, you are untouchable. The same energy that once embarrassed you now shields you. The world saw your story, but heaven wrote your ending. You are the chosen one who was never meant to beg for love, only to embody it. You have turned pain into power, rumors into revelation, and exposure into evolution. Archangel Michael says, "Celebrate your freedom." The truth has set you on a new timeline, one where respect, peace, and purpose guide your every step. The past can no longer define you, it only refined you. And as you walk into this new chapter, remember, heaven knows your name, and now, so does the world. Archangel Michael says, the energy around you is still trembling. Even though the chaos seems to have faded, the echoes of that revelation continue to ripple through conversations, through whispers, through glances you can feel without seeing. The truth didn't just expose love, it exposed intentions, patterns, and alliances you didn't realize existed. People who once claimed to be neutral are revealing where their loyalty truly lies. Some are defending you fiercely, while others are trying to stay silent, afraid of being associated with the truth. You're witnessing how quickly people change their tone when heaven starts backing your story. Don't skip this part. Because what's happening right now is divine filtration, the separation of genuine hearts from pretenders. Heaven wanted you to see who truly stood with you when truth became too heavy to handle. And those who betrayed your confidence, those who leaked conversations or twisted words, are already facing divine consequences behind closed doors. They thought they could play with your peace, but heaven never allows lies to win for long. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. The one whose feelings went public hasn't stopped thinking about you. Their mind replays every detail of how the exposure happened. They scroll through messages, stare at photos, and wonder how a moment of weakness turned into a lifetime revelation. Their friends told them to stay calm, to deny everything. But their heart refuses to cooperate. Because no matter how much they try to act normal, their energy still whispers your name. Archangel Michael says, don't confuse silence with indifference. Their silence is the sound of reflection, of regret, of realization. The exposure shook something inside them, not pride, but truth. Now they know what it feels like to lose your presence, and they understand that hiding love is worse than facing judgment. What they tried to protect with secrecy has now turned into their greatest lesson. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. You, on the other hand, have shifted into a higher vibration. You're no longer waiting for explanations or apologies. You've entered a space where your peace is your power. Every word that once hurt you now fuels your rebirth. People are sensing the change in you. The glow in your energy has become undeniable. You're not bitter, you're becoming a symbol of how truth sets the soul free. Archangel Michael says, heaven has rewarded your silence. While others were busy explaining and defending, you chose stillness. That stillness has now become your greatest weapon. The same people who once gossiped about you are now studying your peace. They can't understand how you're shining brighter after being dragged through the storm. But that's divine favor, it makes your scars look like stars. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Behind closed doors, someone is confessing. They're admitting to others that their feelings for you were real, that no rumor or denial can erase the connection they felt. Their words may never reach you directly, but heaven is letting you feel their energy. That ache, that longing, that unfinished story. It's strange, isn't it? How love that was once hidden has become the most public truth of all. People are talking, yes, but the deeper story is spiritual, not social. Archangel Michael says, the exposure was never punishment, it was divine preparation. You were being guided out of confusion into clarity. And though it hurt, This pain was your passage into destiny. They are learning that authenticity is the only way forward. And soon, you'll notice them making quiet moves toward you, not for validation, but for redemption. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. You may receive unexpected messages soon. A friend of theirs, or even a mutual connection, may reach out by accident. It won't be an accident. Heaven is rearranging communication lines to reopen a path that was once blocked. Every coincidence from now is divine choreography. The way you see their name pop up, the sudden song that reminds you of them, the random photo that resurfaces, it's heaven's subtle way of saying, the story isn't over. Archangel Michael says, listen to your intuition during these moments. You'll know which signs are divine and which are distractions. The truth may have gone public, but your next steps must remain sacred. What's coming isn't more exposure, it's resolution. The truth has done its job. Now healing takes the stage. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Your person is struggling with public perception. People around them are making jokes, whispering behind their back, asking if they'll ever reach out to you again. Every comment stings, not because of humiliation, but because they know they deserve it for being dishonest with their own heart. The exposure forced them to face what they've been running from, love that never died. Every attempt to replace you has failed. Every distraction has lost meaning. Archangel Michael says, the divine mirror has been lifted. They are seeing themselves clearly now. Not as the confident one, but as the one who lost something sacred. The universe is showing them what pride costs when it collides with destiny. And now, you hold the power, not to punish, but to choose. You decide what deserves your presence and what belongs to your past. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. There's a calm storm brewing in their energy. They're quiet publicly, but restless privately. At night, they check your last scene, your posts, your silence. They wonder if you've moved on, and that thought terrifies them more than exposure ever did. People keep asking them, do you still love them? They smile, but their eyes tell the truth. They've never stopped. They just hope time would bury what their heart kept alive. Archangel Michael says, they're learning that love built on lies cannot survive. But love purified through exposure becomes unbreakable. Heaven allowed this to happen so they could evolve from secrecy to sincerity. You'll soon see small signs of their transformation. Maybe a public gesture, maybe a message through someone else. The angels are aligning it in divine timing. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. As you read this, something inside you is shifting. You can feel peace where pain once lived. The truth didn't destroy you, it detoxed you. Now your aura shines differently. You attract attention without effort, respect without begging, and love without compromise. People can sense the divine protection that follows you everywhere you go. Archangel Michael says, you have stepped into your public victory phase. This is where everything that was hidden from you comes to light, and everything that was taken from you is restored with interest. Even the person whose truth went public will soon respect you in silence. Because they now realize, heaven was always on your side. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. In a few days, a major emotional shift will occur. It may be through a dream, a message, or a sudden intuition, but it will confirm what you've suspected all along: they never stopped loving you. Even when the world mocked, even when they denied, their energy always found its way back to yours. Love like that can't be erased, only revealed. Archangel Michael says, prepare your heart for reconciliation, not repetition. What's returning isn't the old pattern, but a healed version of what was once broken. If they come forward with truth this time, listen, but let discernment lead. Not every apology deserves entry, some deserve closure. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Your peace has become your revenge. Every time they see you glow, they remember what they lost. Every smile you post, every silent move you make, becomes a reminder that you survived what was meant to shame you. Archangel Michael says, you have turned exposure into elevation. You've become untouchable, not because you're hiding, but because you're aligned. The truth that went public was your divine announcement. Heaven was saying, my child's story cannot be hidden anymore. So walk proudly. The energy of embarrassment has transformed into empowerment. You are the living proof that truth, no matter how painful, always leads to peace. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. Now, the same public that once gossiped is quietly admiring your resilience. They see how you handled everything with grace. They see how you never clapped back, never chased validation. And that silence is now echoing louder than any defense ever could. Your story is teaching others about dignity, truth, and divine timing. People are starting to say, maybe they were the right one all along. The narrative has reversed. Archangel Michael says, the tables have turned by divine command. You are now seated in your rightful position, respected, protected, and elevated. The exposure was not an ending. It was your unveiling. Heaven has made sure everyone sees who you truly are, chosen, radiant, unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. When night falls tonight, light a candle and speak peace into your space. Say, everything that was meant to harm me has helped me rise. Feel the energy shift as you say it. That's heaven sealing your healing. You are no longer tied to secrets or emotional prisons. You are walking in freedom that can't be taken. Archangel Michael says, breathe. Let go of the story, but keep the lesson. The person whose love went public may try to return, but you'll know whether it's genuine or guilt. And as dawn breaks tomorrow, heaven will whisper your name again, this time, not in exposure, but in exaltation.